Hi there, I'm Tricia Pine at rejoiceinyourvoice.com, home of the complete vocal system. I help men and women whose voice is their livelihood. From public speaking, to singing, to being the face of your business. If you depend on your voice every day, but are not getting the results that you want, I'm here to help. Now, last week I shared with you 11 tools to help you to support your voice on a daily basis. Well, over the last few weeks, I've been receiving emails from people saying, I've lost my voice, what do I do? And last Tuesday, on the evening of my birthday, I got laryngitis, just like that. Came on, no warning. And so I, like the people that had been emailing me, was in the same boat. I had to nurse myself back to health. So because I'm feeling much better today and I can speak, I wanted to share with you what I do when I get sick, when I've lost my voice, when there happens to be a sinus infection, when there's some swelling in the vocal folds that I need to really take care of. So I had to get to the point where, for me, I needed to embrace it when I got sick. Now, it's been ages since I've lost my voice, but I used to just really have a lot of guilt and shame and blame around when I got sick. Now I see this little disease, this little discomfort, this little bug as a little gift to help me slow down, add a little bit more padding around my life, and to help me chunk down and see what's going on deeper inside. So I tend to look at the times that I get sick as an opportunity for me to go deeper and for me to give myself some self-care. And I like to look at it holistically. So first of all, when I get sick, I make sure I check in on what's going on emotionally and what's going on mentally. I up the time I spend journaling. I will watch movies that I love that make me laugh. I will give myself more time to sleep. I'll sleep in and go to bed earlier. This time when I was sick and I had laryngitis, I wasn't the tired sick, so I still added some exercise. I meditated more. So I handled the emotional and the mental side. I gave myself more space around that. And then I addressed what was going on physically and supported myself there as well. So I have some things I wanted to share with you. What I do physically is I cut out all dairy, all wheat. I cut out all refined sugar, including alcohol, so I didn't have my wine. And I make sure that I even limit some of the fruit sugar as well. So I'm a vegetarian, so I really do depend on a lot of vegetables and fruits. So I make sure I get more of those alkalizing vegetables, all sorts of green vegetables. I also make sure I up my vitamin C. I love Source Naturals Wellness Formula. It's all natural good stuff, so I up that too. This is my green drink. I drink this every day, but when I'm sick, I will up this as well. It's a Vitamineral Green version 5.2 put out by Health Force Superfoods. So it's a dehydrated green drink that I mix with water, and I drink that too, and I even give it to my son in the morning and he drinks it. Okay, don't tell him I told you. So I also wanted to share with you that I make a ginger tea. Now, some people hate ginger, and so you can turn off the video here. But I wanted to share with you what I do. I create a ginger tea out of beautiful ginger root, and this is how I do it. So I will take this entire ginger root and I will cut it into medallions. That's why we're in the kitchen today. So we're doing Rejoice in Your Voice cooking show. And I will cut it into medallions, thin and round, and I'll go through the whole root and cut it this way. And you can choose how much ginger root you want to use, but oh, it smells so good. And the reason why I use ginger root is because it is an anti-inflammatory. And when I'm sick, I feel like there needs to be some attention to the inflammation. And so the ginger root works wonderfully for me for that. By making this concentrated tea, I can then drink it cold if I need to. So I'll throw it in a glass old kombucha jar or something and then take it with me where I'm going out. I can sip it all day long. And it really helps my digestion, which I feel is also involved when we get sick. So it's good for digestion and good for anti-inflammatory. So for me, it's a win-win all the way around. And I like this better than buying the tea packages. So I'll put all this beautiful ginger root into my pot here. And then I'll add about 12 cups of water. And so this is 8, but I'll add more. I don't want to make a mess. So then I'll put, and 8 actually looks good for this size of ginger root. So I'll put that in here, and what I'll do then is I'll boil it I'll bring it to a boil, let it boil for about 5 to 10 minutes, let it steep for an hour, and then you'll have this nice dark brown ginger tea that's concentrated. Now, some people like to dilute it with a little bit of lemon juice and then with water, or you can also add a little bit of honey. But I find that this is great, and I'll just keep adding water to it and then boiling it down and heating it up. So it really is great. And you'll have a little bit of chunks of ginger in there, but it's not a big deal because most of them then are the big pieces. So that's what I do. And if you have something that you do that really helps you right away as soon as you start to get sick, please share it with our community. We would love to know. And again, this is for you to find out. Everybody's different. Everybody's body's different. Everybody's backstory is different. Everybody's beliefs are a little bit different. So what works for you when you get sick? I'm not all the way better yet. I feel like I'm on the mend for sure. There's still parts of my vocal range that need a little bit of tender care, and maybe I need to avoid them a little for a couple more days before I really start singing full out. But this process and the process of looking at the mind and the emotions of what's going on, I really gained some beautiful awarenesses during the last few days. It was kind of like a little birthday gift for me that I was able to really narrow things down, spend more time with myself, really look at what are some of the things that are coming up for me as I enter this new year, and to give myself some loving treatment through the food that I was eating. All right, I'm Tricia Pine. If this works for you, share it. Let me know what's working for you. And also, if you've got other tips, I'd love to know them as well. Until next week, always rejoice in your voice. Bye-bye.